Toilet rolls are made here in a ginormous toilet roll factory. Look at the size of these toilet rolls. I feel like I've shrunk.
These huge rolls will be cut down to the size of toilet roll we use at home. And here they make 2 million of those every day. That's enough to fill 12 train carriages.
Toilet roll, like this one, starts out at the factory like this. Huge packets of something called pulp. Pulp is a material that's made from wood that comes from trees.
Pulp is used to make all sorts of paper, like newspaper, birthday cards, and paper towels. And after it's been used, it can be recycled back into pulp and used again.
So the next time you put some paper in the recycling bin, it could end up as toilet roll. To turn pulp into paper, you need water.
Lots and lots of it. The packets of pulp are dropped with a loud splosh into this huge machine called the pulper.
This is like a giant mixing bowl, and inside there are some spinning blades that help to mix the dry pulp with all of this hot water. I've got my special camera with me on a really long pole so we can see everything that's happening inside the pulper a little bit closer. Here goes.
The dry pulp is mixed into the water really quickly.
I've been splashed. Look at my goggles. The dry pulp and the water have mixed together, and it looks a little bit like cottage cheese. I've got a bucket of wet pulp here. Oh! That feels really squidgy and squelchy.
The wet pulp is turned into paper in a massive machine called a paper mill.
Very big and very noisy. First, the watery pulp is sprayed onto a huge piece of fabric, and that fabric carries the mixture through the paper mill.
Lots of rollers squeeze the water from the wet paper, and then it travels to this big spinning drum.
And in there, the air is really hot. That heat heats up the paper until it's nice and dry.
The dried paper is then wound around metal pipes, creating these enormous rolls.
It looks like toilet paper for giants.
The rolls are moved across to a machine called a converter.
The converter's job is to turn these big rolls into smaller ones that we can use at home. And this part of the machine is called the unwinder. It's unwinding the toilet paper off the big metal pipe.
But to make small toilet rolls, we need something to wind the paper onto.
That's right. What are these? It's a cardboard tube. And the toilet roll tubes start out like this. There's a big reel of cardboard. A very thin layer of glue is rolled onto the cardboard strips here, and then it's wound onto a metal tube. And this is where it's stuck in place into the shape of a cardboard tube.
The tubes are chopped into long pieces and then loaded onto the converter, where the long sheets of toilet paper are wound around them.
As the paper is wound onto the cardboard tube, little holes called perforations are punched into the paper. And you see the little holes there? They make it much easier to tear off squares of toilet paper when we use it at home. Oh, here one comes. And this is what the roll looks like now. But this is far too long. It's not going to fit in anyone's bathroom, is it?
So the long rolls are brought here.
This machine is the log saw, and inside there's a blade that will cut the toilet roll to the right side.
The blade spins round very fast, cutting 4 toilet rolls at the same time.
But just look at how many toilet rolls there are. All of this is on its way to packing. And here we have a finished pack of toilet roll, ready to be sent to the shops for us to buy and use.